Hey there, you are watching UjjalDiscussion, and after a long time, I know that Parvati often comes to my class. You know that she is an active employee of Wipro, and so she doesn't get enough time to join our class. But whenever she comes, we are in the class or we are prattling. We don't have enough, good topics, sensible topics to talk about. So we just ramble, and yeah, sometimes I think, okay, let's shoot videos, but as I'm a poor man, so I don't have AC in my room. So there is a lot of noise when the fans are on, and the unbelievable hot that we had been going through until yesterday when it started raining. So today I've got Parvati with me. She is an exceptional speaker, and my channel is still alive because of her, because every time she comes she has a barrage of questions. She says, Dada, I have this question, that question, and everything, and I feel like, yes, she makes me feel that I'm a trainer sometimes, because most students make me feel that they are able to learn, or they have learned in just 2.5 hours the total spoken English. So, but Parvati has been with UjjalDiscussion for a long time. So guys, we are back. And now I have quite a few questions for Parvati. Parvati, the thing that I want to ask you first of all is that it's a brand new day, brand new opportunity for both of us to practice our conversation. I'm not a trainer here. You're not a student here. We are students of our beloved language, English. So the point is that often is a very standard and respective word here. We always procrastinate. We are the chronic procrastinator. When it comes to doing any important work, our first thing is that, I don't have time. Second thing is that I don't feel like doing it. Third thing is that we are the manufacturer of excuses. So we do not have any dearth of excuses, right? So if you are thinking that you procrastinate and I'm the trainer here who is super motivational and speaks English all the time, you are badly mistaken, my friend. I'm you don't know, I could be the leader of that gang of procrastination, right? And Parvati could be the vice chairman of that gang. Yeah. So the thing that we are going to talk about today, Parvati, we do everything. Sometimes we do things that we shouldn't do, but we never practice English. We say there will be a perfect day for my practice, right? It's like an anniversary thing, like comes once a year, right? So yeah, long story short, right? Why are we so bad at maintaining consistency? What stops us from practicing English every day?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me, and thanks for having me again, and for this heartwarming introduction. Well, to be very honest, as Dada mentioned, I can be a vice president of Procrastination Club. Obviously, that's true, because every single day I sit down, I practice, but that's not as much as we need to do. But what I found recently, like obviously I have understood my mistakes and I have observed what I should do. It's only because we give up too quickly. We don't understand the long term benefit of it. That's why we don't feel like doing it. Most of the time we consume the negativity of doing something that is really hard. For example, I want to read a book. I think it's going to be very hard. What if I can't finish it? What if the language is too hard for me? What if I don't understand any meaning of the word? Always we are surrounded by what if I, where we waste. We don't understand that by the time I'm saying, what if I do this and that, I have wasted with a lot of time. So why we are procrastinating? It's only because we are thinking too much about what may happen instead of taking the action instantaneously. I have recently understood from my experience that maybe I'm sitting down to practice and I think, okay, what if I can practice for half an hour? Have I even practiced for 15 minutes yet? I haven't. So how can I expect myself, or how do I know that I won't be able to do that? These days we are really smart. We think that we are turning excuses in a productive way. Why? Because as I mentioned, that these days we don't think that we cannot do it. We think, what if I cannot do more? What if I cannot finish the whole book in a month? We do not start it thinking, at least I have started it. At least I'm reading just a page every day, which not everybody is doing. So motivate yourself with small. I practice that method said by Brian Tracy, that one piece at a time. If you have to eat an elephant, those who you are vegetarian, please don't mind, but it's just a term. If you have to eat a whole elephant, how would you eat? Our intention is to grab the whole elephant, and then we cannot digest it and we feel like the whole elephant is bad. Absolutely not. One chunk at a time. Have it, bite and bite, chew it until unless you feel the taste, and then you get to digest it. Then the other day again, another piece. So that's what our problem is. We procrastinate because we think we cannot do more. So yep.
You're right. Like you helped us with a formula, like how to break down the the entire like giant task into many pieces and start from the smallest one. Although you don't follow that, you're like preaching here, right? Giving gyans is more comfortable than just doing it. So guys, it's like that. We don't follow any rules. We're just preaching in the name of practicing spoken English. But yeah, to be honest, we know like what we should be doing as chronic procrastinators. Like we have been practicing English for years, and still we have the feeling of guilt. Like today I could not live up to my expectation. I wanted to practice for 30 minutes. I could not make that 30 minutes in 24 hours. Parvati has her own problem. I have my own problems. You people have your own problems. But the main problem is that despite knowing the fact that I could do it, I did not make enough time for myself. So it's like, I think if I make some time for my spoken English every day, it's like something better than nothing. We understand this is a small formula, but we never put that into action, guys, right? So my next question for Parvati is that it's not a question. We are not just doing questioning, answering. It's just a discussion. So my next concern about practicing spoken English is that why, like there is a saying, win your morning and you win your day, right? So first thing in the morning, like this is a question that we should ask ourselves, that first of all, is there any specific time that I set for myself to wake up? For you, like you were working in a night shift, so for you, like it's like your shift ends at certain hours and then you do your work. I'm not talking about you, those who work at night. I'm talking about people like us, those who sleep at night, and we do not have a specific time to wake up, and we squander our time upon a lot of stuff right after that. So if we have a time to wake up, let's say I fix a time 6 or 5 or 7, I wake up on time, all right, and then I use my morning for learning spoken English, making it better. So now we need to ask ourselves these questions, that am I able to wake up early in the morning or wake up on time to make the right use of my morning? Because we waste our morning. And you know, like when you are well rested in the morning, you are able to focus more on your craft, which seems to be boring, by the way, for you, rather than the other time of the day, right? So could you please throw some LED light on it by just making us more aware about how we can make the right use of morning? And uh, although we are saying we are procrastinators, we are, but we do some amount of practice. It's not like we don't do anything. English is not our first language, but we are speaking it, we don't know, like we are speaking it moderately, fluently, and yeah, she has got a job. I've been teaching this language for a long time. So we have made money out of this language, right? So it's not like we are not qualified to talk about these things. We are, but we are becoming a little bit humble here on purpose, right? Otherwise, like if we sound arrogant and like something like we are self-exaggerating, that sounds bad on camera, but we do that often, right? Whenever we get the time, we're this kind of people. Anyway, I have done a lot of talking that didn't make any sense, but now your job is to make some sense about saying win your morning and win your day.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because it reminds me of the days when I was a regular student. I remember before joining the class how I would live my days. Horrible. My goodness. If I think of those days these days, I feel like vomiting, to be very honest. I'm not exaggerating, but that's true. I would wake up at 9. I did not have any schedule. I did not have any plan for the whole day. I would wake up, I would grab my mobile, I would complain about what things are not going on well. Then I would, order my parents, give me that, give me this. I would order my sister also, being the elderly one. That sucks. But later on, joining the class, obviously credit goes to the class and Dada, because I learned how to win my day, not only the morning. Once I started to wake up in the morning, I remember it was so hard. Don't think that it's really easy. If, like as I said, we always think that if I have decided to do something productive, it's going to be very easy and I can do it. You won't be able to do it, but you have to push otherwise. You have to give yourself the hardest training possible. Like you should forgive every time and forget also every time that you matter. Don't think that you are like comfortable in a cozy shelter, being the princess or prince. You deserve everything. It reminds me of David Goggins, who says that just get the hell out of here. Don't think that you deserve this or that. If you're thinking of a result, then that's going to be terrible. Just think about the process. So, if I talk about winning the morning, wake up as early as possible. I'm not asking you to sacrifice your sleep. That's why you have to make the bed as early as possible. We gotta go to bed earlier. How is that possible if I'm working, let's say, if I'm a student? Make the day such a way. Believe me, there is nothing that we cannot do. That's the motivation. We knowingly, unknowingly waste a lot of time in the mobiles, technology. We make excuses that, even we make excuses with the good things. I say that. That's why I'm talking about it. I say, I was watching the video. It was very productive. But it was not the time. Was that time, instead of sacrificing my practice, instead of getting out of my bed early, I just grabbed my mobile making the excuse, I'm watching something productive. I don't feel good, so I need to watch a morning affirmation video. That's not a good thing. You can be the morning affirmation for you if you get the hell out of the bed and just move yourself. We often say that kick yourself as much as possible and make the bed, do your work on your own. And what I do these days, Dada, obviously I cannot make the day earlier. I wake up at around 1:30 or 1. But at the end of the day, I sit down before falling asleep that was I able to make the first hour of my day productive? Did I wake up on time? I did my own work, or I just simply made the excuse, oh, it's too late, I don't think I will be able to read, I have to go out for work, so that work is becoming the obstacle for me. So there is no way out if I constantly keep making excuse. Waking up early is obviously working for every one of us. Those who are doing the daily, like, normal works, like people like you can get to go to bed on time. So that's an opportunity you don't know. It's a golden opportunity that at least I got another day. So why should I waste it? So yeah, I think it can be a motivation if I can take the first step in a productive way.
Yeah, thank you, Parvati. You've been amazing answering this question. But and I was thinking, like, there are millions of videos, if not billions, like, on how you can say a sentence grammatically correct or something like that. There are videos on systems, grammar, and how you can become fluent speaker and all that. We are not talking about that. We are talking about the fundamental problems that a human, or let's say a practitioner, always has. It is the problem of not taking the first step, like the initiative, right? When you take the initiative to, like, do the work immediately after you have thought about it, that makes you more effective than just keeping it, keeping it for future. Like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. That's the procrastination thing, right? You are trying to avoid pain right now because you are getting pleasure. You want to avoid pain, so it's just a matter of pain and pleasure, like a game of pain and pleasure. So
one more thing, we have a misconception about the practicing thing. No matter whatever we do, if we keep that thought in my mind that, oh, after a year I do not need to do the hard work I'm doing at this moment, it's constant. Like, once you learn it, Zada says you're trapped. Now you have to do more and more and more, so that number one, you can learn more, and number two, you can maintain the flow that you have gained. So that we have taken in wrong way. We think that it's not constant, I will do it. That's harsh truth about practicing anything, that the pain is constant.
you're right. And in the pool of distractions right now, if you look at our life, it's like we have 30 amazing things to do. Besides, we have spoken English to practice. Like, you find it so boring, excruciating, painful. All the painful words you attach to this kind of thing, like practicing a craft or skill. You said that you are trapped, but, like, you're trapped meaning you have been practicing a language for 1 year. Now you realize that you have learned it. You have gained by some percentage. Yeah, in a positive way. And then you feel like, okay, I have gained some knowledge. So if I don't practice anymore, then I will lose it. So this is how you have been trapped, right? That now I have to either I practice and grow it, or I don't practice and lose it, right? That was the main thing that you were talking about, that why somebody gets trapped even in a craft, even in something that which is positive. And there is another trap, which is like you are not able to let go of your pleasures. Like, you wake up in the morning, we all do, like, first thing, what do I do? As soon as I open my eyes, I check my phone. Yeah, I check my phone. Most of the time I wake up to my alarm clock. So I check my phone and I see, like, what notifications are there. And on purpose, I go to some apps like WhatsApp to see if there is a thing from my school and everything. So I check all these things. I'm saying, like, you cannot avoid your digital distractions thing. They're there, right? And they're going to be more interesting. And your language practice is going to be more difficult in comparison, right? So my next question is that how to have a shield in our mind or in ourselves so that we can protect. We are playing the defense game here. You cannot remove it from your life. um, like to some extent you know that your device has a lot of value, has added a lot of value to your life. You can do a lot of things that make your life a little bit easier, so you cannot deny those advantages. But at the same time, you know that in the name of those advantages, you are wasting a great deal of time, right? So my question is that how can we understand that my spoken English needs my active participation every single day, despite all the 10-15 digital distractions? Like, what should be that solid concrete shield that we can develop in our mind?
Well, Dada, if we have started to use mobile, obviously we can't resist this fact that mobile has a lot of benefit. These days, learning something has become so easy because of this technology. It has given us thousands of trainers, teachers, those who are training themselves every day, and we are going through yes, obviously Dada is one of them, and you can visit all of our videos to understand that. So it's become so easy, but at the same time, as I was saying, we are not children anymore. We are not kids, that we don't understand the negative side of this technology. We all know it. I once was having a conversation with one of my friends. She said, you know what, I know that whenever I'm social media, I am getting distracted. I get influenced with things that I know bad for me. Or sometimes I forget to do my own stuff that are important. But still I cannot get out of it. It's only because we are constantly reminding ourselves of this fact that I am not able to get out of it. I'm not able to get out of it. I've been practicing English for the last 5 years, and this has made me understood that, there is no other way. Everything that I think is hard for me is a trap, definitely, but it's my responsibility how I get out of it. If I know it is bad, instantly I have to reject it. Like, I once was watching Ronnie's status, the WhatsApp status, like the updated, where Ronnie has updated it, like anything, Swami Vivekananda's line, anything you find destroying your mindset or your productivity, you should ignore it or reject it as poison. And we are mature enough. That's what we should credit ourselves for, that we are matured enough. We should understand what is bad for us, and there is nothing bad. Now if we think that people matter, this and that, everything in my mobile is very important, then that's a trap. We are really trapped. How we can get a shield? I know I have some things on my mobile, but not all the time. I also use my mobile. I cannot say that I don't have any social media. That doesn't mean that I'm not distracted. I'm distracted. I watch movies sometimes, but not sacrificing my productivity. Obviously not. I'm not ready to do that. I know that's poison. The moment I sacrifice my productivity, it means I have 24 hours. 24 hours a day I'm using my mobile. Absolutely not. Like hardly 3 to 4 hours are dedicated to my mobile. I should use it. Even though I don't, like so many of you guys, you do not watch anything on mobile. Really good. But you have to use your mobile official purpose. But take out some time. Sit down. It's really hard. Again, I'm saying that it's not going to be very easy. Nothing is easy that is productive. So you have to push yourself a bit. That's how I push myself. I was watching movie yesterday, but all of a sudden I thought, no, I cannot end my day with this. I have to practice. Somehow I felt so sleepy because I had a hard day. But I joined the English class. I practiced with them for some time. That's the thing. I think that's how it's up to us. That's how we can get a shield.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, because you said like you gave us a lot of techniques by which we can make our mind shield, right? But I want to say one thing, like one particular quality which I've been following since I understood it. I understood one thing, that awareness. Like when you are aware of what you are doing, like you know what you are doing. And when I'm saying you know what you're doing, meaning you know the pros and cons of it, right? And when you are totally aware about or aware of pros and cons of something you are doing, then if you are doing something wrong, you stop immediately. So being or becoming or staying aware is the mind shield for me.
Yes.
Right? So let's say I am watching a video which doesn't have anything to do with my spoken English early in the morning, and if I'm aware, the moment it hits me that hey, you are doing something wrong, I close it. And I move on to something like a dictionary or a book or practice or whatever. So I'm saying, guys, be aware. If you're a child, if you're watching this video and you are, let's say, 10 years old, I can understand that, okay, technologies attract you, video games and all this stuff. But if you're 18, if you're 19, if you're 23, if you're in your early 30s, late 30s, and if you say that, if you, at the end of the day, you look at your digital well-being, you say, okay, I've spent my phone for 6 hours and 1 hour and 30 minutes was the real business that I did. And all the rest of the hours I just spent on, I don't know, some vulgar apps and all these things that killed your time, literally. Then you are not forgivable, right? You have made a mistake and you are making this mistake every day. So be aware. I know that technology numbs our consciousness, right? It has something, that drug, whatever, like millions and billions of dollars being invested every year, every day, in fact, to scan our behavior, so that they can give us more drug to feel like, yes, this is what the tab I'm using or the phone the video is being shot by. So the thing is that it's like everything is a conscious trap for us to get completely glued in it. It's like, if you want to hate Facebook, hate it, but show your hatred on Facebook. Like, don't leave Facebook. It's like that, right? Yeah. So they hate you. Like, technologies hate you when you leave them, but technologies would love you if you hate them on their page or being online. Do you understand? So that's the trap. All right, guys. It's been, yeah.
It's giving me a reminder of a particular post of somebody, I don't remember who is it, who shared that on status, that happiness is when you're offline and doing your own stuff, but it's shared on social media platform. Like, what the hell? Like, how is that possible? Somebody sharing something offline, but that is online itself.
Yeah, so it's so funny. Our behavior is so funny these days. You can roast yourself if you want to. Kind of shoot a video of your daily life, okay?
You don't need any other fun.
Yeah, and then roast yourself. It's amazing. Our behavior is such. But okay, let's talk about the main things. We are not going to waste much of your time, because we have already talked about so many stuffs. And basically, guys, I always say that watch our videos to practice your listening. Like, if you want to become a spoken English speaker, effortless speaker in English, then you have to follow that LSRW method. And I made a video on that: listening, speaking, reading and writing. LSRW, brilliant, amazing. It works for everybody. So you just have to follow that method. You will get the video here in the description. Check that video out. We have in detail talked about how LSRW works. So use this video as a listening practice, right? We are not sharing any hacks or tricks or those things to make your English better. There is no hack. You will not find any quick hack or a quick fix or shortcut to learn a language. It takes time, right? You have to build a personal relationship with a language. It takes time. Any language, it takes time, guys. So don't get hurried that, okay, I have to learn it within a year. What will you do after learning it within a year? You will get tired, and then you will leave it. So my question for you is that, let's talk about a little bit about the wrong approach that most people follow or have when it comes to learning a language, which is they try to focus on somebody else's fluency, and then they compare their fluency, and then they lose it. Like, they have a lot of anxiety, they suffer from self-doubt, and the worst thing they do to themselves is that they go into depression. It's one kind of depression, that I am not able to speak this language, or I'm not as good as Parvati, or I'm not as bad as Ujjwal. Whatever. So the thing is that I want to hear from you is that, why is it important for somebody to stay positive and understand that you have to invest daily in order to become a good speaker? It's not about like comparing yourself to the speaker who has been speaking. You don't know somebody's background, right? So if you compare yourself to the person who has been speaking for 15 years, and online people lie, like somebody, my English was really bad, I followed these techniques, and then my English has become so amazing. They lie. Most people lie. You don't know. I know a lot of people, they went to boarding school, and not boarding school, like convent school, and they actually, they're great speakers, right? So they can lie. They can say, I'm from like a vernacular, I'm like from a vernacular medium, and I speak, I did a lot of struggle to learn this language. Most people lie, right? So you have to understand your pace. You are a unique learner, so you have to understand your pace and your standard, right? Your IQ, everything that is unique. So don't compare yourself. Anyways, I've done a lot of talking about this, but I want to hear your opinion. Why is this a wrong approach, that you compare yourself to the other person?
I was about to get a panic because I thought you were talking about me. Yeah, but it's because I have been suffering from this particular fact that I compare myself with the other speakers a lot. Such as, I am listening to somebody on YouTube, and I find him or her speaking fabulously, like very fluently, and I start to get the panic. Oh my goodness, I've been practicing English for that long. Why am I not able to speak such a way? Why am I not able to pronounce this word in a particular way, the way they are pronouncing it? Why am I not able to apply all the technicalities? Like, I heard this from the other first time, cadence, maintaining the balance in speaking, how you start the modulation, intonation, and everything. I'm not able to do them. Then I understood that everybody is different. Like, the person who I'm comparing myself with, maybe he has some problem.
Correct.
I do have some problem in my English. I sometimes compare my English with my team leader's English. But I found that he also makes mistakes. And he told me that. He said that if you think that I'm right in so many ways, you're wrong. Because I also make a lot of mistakes, but it is just that I do not feel bad about it. Sometimes you should feel bad about it if you're not practicing. But if you practice and you're constantly giving yourself the pain, it's not the right way to approach yourself.
Yeah.
So, understanding this fact is the first resolution to this, that we can stop comparing ourselves, that everybody is different.
Correct.
Instead of comparing, try to learn what you can learn from that person.
Yes.
Like, if I now try that how the other is speaking, I will be copying everything. Then I will forget my own capability. I will forget my own way to speak English. I won't be able to make difference to the world. I will remain the same in the same heart and all. So I know it's really hard. Still, I will watch a video and I will again get trapped with this. I think I should practice more, practice more. Think it such a way. If you're comparing yourself, go ahead and practice. It can be an opportunity, but don't get stuck to this. I say that whenever I feel stuck, I feel bad, I feel good, whatever it is, I start to speak. Whenever I get an opportunity. That number one helps me not to compare with myself. Number two, it helps me to do practice for some hour more. That's how we can, I won't say that we can stop because it's never ending. We cannot anyhow as a human being stop comparing ourselves with others. Still we think I have something less, they have something more. But utilize that lack, utilize that comparing to do something better. So that at least you can say that okay, maybe I felt uncomfortable, but at the end I practiced, it helped me to do something. So I don't, at least in my opinion, what method I follow, I don't think there could be any other way.
Yeah, you are right. I think one of the things that everybody can follow, guys, those who are watching this video, including ourselves, is that, look, I've got a job. Like, it's like, let's say you have been served food. Okay, you have been served food at a restaurant, and you are, if you are looking at others' plate, then you're wasting your time. And you are getting more and more hungry, and you are going to make the food cold, right? So it's better that you look at what you have got, the responsibility and the thing that you have got to finish, right? That's the thing, right? People eat differently, the same food, people eat differently, people burp differently, people have different attitude while eating. Similarly, like, people practice differently, the same topic, people speak differently, the same language. So that's the thing, right, guys? You are unique, right? You say, if somebody says, oh, your English is not like her English, and you say, of course, that's natural, right? I'm X person, so my English will be X. She's Y, her English will be Y type. So it's like that, guys. All right, so I had actually nothing to tell you. We wanted to spend some time on camera after a long time. Yes, this is one of the practices we have done, guys. Let us know how long you have practiced today in the comment section, and be honest, right? If you're going to say I have practiced for 1 hour, I won't believe you. Right? Practicing for 10 minutes is understandable these days in the era of distraction and technology. All right, Parvati, do you have any suggestion or any kind of thought before we wrapping up this show podcast?
Well, I think it's not a suggestion for you guys because I still have a lot of things to learn, to grow. It's a suggestion for me that don't think too much about something, just go ahead and do it. Whatever is going on, let them happen. If you think that you cannot practice more than 10 minutes today, give your 100% to that 10 minutes. Don't push yourself a lot, because that ultimately ruin your day. Because I tried it so many times. Okay, today I'm going to be practicing the full day. It doesn't happen, and I at the end of the day feel demotivated. So whatever the time it is, give you 100%, and obviously I'm going to be doing that. So practice English, and even if you don't like this video,
Yeah, guys, so that's it. Thank you for being part of UjjalDiscussion. We often upload videos on our channel on English, spoken English, and we never talk about grammar. Do we hate grammar? No, grammar hates us. So the point is that we do less care about grammar. We do more care about our speaking and fluency. Grammar will be taken care of itself. All right, guys, your job is to speak. If you're still thinking, if you still have a lot of self-doubt, put them aside. Speak. If you have something in your mind, speak. Speak. Stand in front of the mirror, speak. Lock your room, speak. If you get anybody to speak English, speak. If you don't get anybody, as I said, lock your room, stand in front of the mirror and speak. Speaking is the only solution to improve your spoken English. All right, I'll see you later. Parvati and I will definitely shoot another podcast, and it's been like, 37, 38 minutes of a video. If you have liked this video, make sure you keep on showering your love upon us by liking this video. Share this video with your spoken English learning friend. And until next time, you have to subscribe if you haven't done it yet. You take care.